Today I'm going to cook a miso salmon with a sweet pea sauce where the starch in the pea juice is going to help the sauce thicken itself, all by itself. Really great stuff. So let's get started. I'm going to make the marinade. Here I have some really nice miso, and this is a great source of soy protein. It's smashed and fermented with a little bit of sea salt, so I don't have to use salt. Here I have about a tablespoon of water, tablespoon of lemon juice. Lemon juice brings a little bit of acidity. And then I have some tamari. So we have soy protein in a couple of forms, which is great. Now, one of the things that we're going to do here is kind of what I call cure the salmon. The little bit of salt and the little bit of lemon juice in this marinade is going to draw some of the juice out of the salmon, and some of these fermented flavors and a little bit of that saltiness and the tanginess of lemon juice is going to find its way deeper into the meat of the salmon. So this is a great way of having the salmon taste mysterious all the way through instead of just a little bit seasoned on the surface. So what I do is I put it on a plate, cover it, and put it in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. And this is what it looks like when it's done. I turn it over one time, and as you can see, it's really beautiful. Now we're going to set this here and start preparing for the sauce. Now in this bowl you can see I've already juiced a little bit of the peas. So now what we're going to do is just kind of pour the peas in. And you can see that pea juice comes out from this side. Now it takes an awful lot of peas to get the juice that you need. I'd say 2 pounds of peas will give you a cup of juice, but it's worth it. Here's our wonderful, wonderful juice, and I'm just going to whisk it up a little bit, and then we're going to put it in a sauce pot and cook it over a very low heat, stirring constantly until the pea juice thickens itself. Now I like to use a wooden spoon because a wooden spoon is actually the most gentle. I also like to put the peas right in. Why waste heat instead of cooking them separately? So I'm just putting the sugar snap peas in here, and they're going to gently steep, kind of almost in their own juice, and it's going to be delicious, really nice. This takes about 3 to 5 minutes of gentle cooking. Now, as you can see, we have some really great steam coming off of the peas. I'm even going to just turn the fire down just a little bit to finish it. And you can see that it's just thick enough to be considered sauce. I'm just going to dip a pinky in here. And I can taste that it's no longer starchy. It's nice and sweet. So now what I do is I take it off the fire, season it with just a little bit of sea salt. And what I have here is a little bit of a ginger root. And I'm just going to shave a couple of thin pieces of ginger. Now this is where somewhat the raw food philosophy comes in here. When I take this room temperature ginger and I put it into the heated pea sauce, it's just going to heat to about 118 degrees. It's no longer boiling. The ginger is cool. The sauce is warm. I'm going to stir it in, and I'm going to get the live enzymes and the live flavors from this ginger in here. Now, peas are sweet, but they're also a little bit on the bitter side. Ginger is both pungent and astringent. And if you can remember, we have a little bit of bitter and sour from the lemon in the marinade with the miso, and of course the salt. So we're getting all of the 6 Ayurvedic flavors here. That is delicious. What we want to do with the salmon is make sure that we cook it in a hot skillet. Not too hot. You don't want the pan smoking. I've kind of preheated a little bit so that I don't have to, stress out and worry about it too much. Now, a well-cured cast iron skillet, I shouldn't need to oil the salmon. So this is great because I don't have to add any kind of oil to the pan and worry about creating free radicals. And as you can hear, the pan really is just perfectly hot to do a nice sear. After I put it in, I move it just a couple of millimeters to make sure that it's not sticking, and it's not. And now I'm going to cook the salmon gently on both sides, maybe about 1.5 to 2 minutes. I like my salmon rare to medium rare. Some of you might like it more done. If you like it well done, cook it 3 to 4 minutes on each side, and that should be fine. Now, getting back to the sauce, this is almost like a pea soup. We're just going to put it in this bowl, and look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Now, we have partially cooked peas, and I do believe in cooking certain things, certain periods of time, to release other nutrients. Iron is not so readily available to us if we get it in a raw form. So iron in things like spinach, collard green, peas likes to be cooked a little bit. So we have some partially cooked peas and the pea juice. We also have a lot of phytochemicals that are available. Now on the raw side, I have these beautiful, beautiful pea shoots. Look at these. We're just going to lay these right into the bowl. And then, check this out, non-stick. And that's a nice sear on the salmon. Now, you've heard me refer to phytochemicals. Phytochemicals are all of the things that exist in plants that result from things like photosynthesis, uptake of minerals and nutrients from the ground, good aquification, water, and sunlight, taking the very energy of the sun and turning it into nutrients. These chemicals, these phytochemicals, are kind of new on the scene. We've just learned about them, but they're being linked to helping prevent cancer, helping prevent cardiovascular disease, and also great for skin tone and all kinds of other good stuff. So phytochemicals, look it up, go online, learn all about them, and eat as many raw vegetables as you can. Incorporate them into your cooked dishes so that you can get a lot of these really great nutrients. Anyway, I think we're done here. I've done about maybe 1.5 minutes on each side. I love it just like this, almost like going to a sushi restaurant. And look how beautiful that is. I can smell the caramelization of the miso. And look at that. There. Now that is beautiful. So, cooking using food philosophies, it's easier than you think.